Hi everyone and welcome to Ask the Coach Show episode 20. I'm Jeff Plum from PingSkills.com. So don't forget to go to PingSkills.com and check out our website, and you can sign up for our free newsletter there as well. And as always, I've got Alois Rosero with me. Welcome, Alois.
Morning, Jeff.
How are you going this morning?
Yeah, going well this morning. Woke up on time. It's good.
Excellent. Good work. Okay. So, we've got another
Hi everyone and welcome to Ask the Coach Show episode.
Sorry, I just had some video issues there. But we've got some great questions for you today. So let's get stuck into them. The first question we've got is from Amukan Rain. And the question is, I've got a problem. I don't twist properly and the speed of my topspin drives are slow. I've got the start and end positions right, but I don't twist much with the hip. And the only thing that twists from me is my shoulder. How can I fix it?
Yeah, so this is a really common question I get, or a common thing I have when I'm coaching players. So when we start with the stroke, we really focus a lot on the arm and the movement of the arm. As you start to advance, then we can start to think a little bit more about the rotation of the body, just so that we can get a little bit more speed and a little bit more spin, all that sort of stuff. One way that I find really easy to get them to do it is to just start to focus on their free hand. So if you get their free hand and you think about making a circle around the body with your free hand, then that naturally starts to twist you around. So from here, you twist and then come forward. So that works really well. And then you also need to just focus on making sure that your hips and your waist are twisting as well with that. So you don't need to move your feet around sideways. You just twist with your body from here around that way. So give that a go. I find the free hand is a really good feedback for you as to what's happening with your twisting.
Oh, okay, excellent advice there. And for everyone, that's my mum in the background.
Hello, everyone.
Morning, Glenda.
So moving on to the next question, Alois. Bob has asked us, says, hi, I was wondering whether in doubles, you and your partner are able to switch bats between points. I know that you can't get a new bat, but I couldn't find an answer to this anywhere. So what is the answer, Alois?
Yes, well, for this one I had to go to the source, Graham Ireland, who is, in my opinion, one of the best umpire referee around. So Graham said, and I'll quote this one, so he said, this isn't allowed. In Rule 3.4.2.4, a racket can only be changed if it has been accidentally damaged. So that's not the case here. In this scenario, he said both players would be illegally changing their rackets. So whilst a doubles pair is sometimes treated as a single entity, in many cases it is treated as two individuals. And in this case is one of those cases. So that means that you are actually changing rackets if you're giving it to your partner and your partner gives you theirs. So Bob, that one's not allowed.
Okay, very interesting question there, Graham, and not Graham, Bob, and thanks a lot to Graham for clearing that one up. So if you do have any tricky rules questions, we've always got access to Graham to answer those ones for us. So thank you, Graham, for always helping out PingSkills there. So the next question is from Rudvik, and Rudvik says, what should be the minimum height for the toss of the serve? And what if the server fails to achieve that minimum height? Can he be penalised in the form of a point, or is there something like a warning?
Yeah, so the rule says the minimum height is 16 centimetres. So that means it has to actually leave your hand by 16 centimetres. So if you raise your hand up there, then the ball still has to go up another 16 centimetres from there before it comes down. So 16 centimetres as a guide is about the height of the net, or around the width of a table tennis bat. Most table tennis bats are around that height. So that gives you a good visual guide of what 16 centimetres looks like. So then you can make a better judgment of whether you're throwing the ball up enough. Now, to the question about the rule, so the umpire they have the ability to fault you or give the other person the point the first time you make that mistake. If you don't throw it up high enough, they can award the point straight away to the other person. But in most cases, what they will do is that they'll give you a warning. So they'll indicate to you that you haven't thrown the ball up high enough, and then the next time they might award the point. So yeah, usually you get one chance at least, but the rule said, I mean, you can be faulted straight away. So it's just best when you're practicing things like you're serving is to just practice them so you're doing it correctly straight off. Then you won't have any hassles. Then in the match situation, you don't get those issues, and that can upset you mentally as well.
Okay, yep, good advice there, Alice. So, Ludwig, yeah, get out there, make sure you're serving legally, you're throwing the ball up at least that minimum distance, and you won't have any issues at all. Okay, so now you has asked us a question, and you says, recently I noticed that Marlin twiddled his bat right before he serves. I was wondering if you could give me some tips on how to twiddle.
Yeah, I'm not a pen holder, but this is what I see Marlin doing. So he has his normal pen hold grip. He takes the thumb away and then he turns it around. So he pushes it around with his fingers. So he takes his thumb away, and on the back he's pushing the bat around to change the grip. So that's the way that he does it. I find when I use long pimples or whatever it is. So twiddling, I find it's easier to go around that way as a shakehander. It's just a matter of practicing it a lot. I remember listening to one chap that won the European singles. He was an Englishman, but former Australian, and he said he used to sit in front of the telly and just practice twiddling his bat for hours and hours. So he practiced twiddling it once, twiddling it twice. So I'm sure Marlin has done that many, many times. He practices that. And if you watch the footage, when you go to the question on the Ask the Coach page, there's a link there as well from you. If you go and have a look at the way that he twiddles, I mean, he doesn't have to think about it. I mean, I'm thinking about it because I just haven't done it a lot. But he's just standing there, he's ready to serve, and it goes bang, and he's twiddled his bat around. So yeah, just a bit of practice, like anything.
Yes, indeed. So if you are a twiddler, that's a good tip, Alois. Just sit in front of the TV and start practicing, and soon you'll be a master twiddler. Okay, so that brings us on to the PingSkills question of the day. And our question today is, what lesson would you like us to film next? So if you've got any thoughts, leave that in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and we want to produce some good lessons for you, so let us know. So that wraps up episode 20. We're going to have a few days break, so we'll be back next Thursday. I'm going away to Perth for a little while. So we'll be back on Thursday with episode 21 of the show. As I said at the start, make sure you check out pingskills.com, sign up to our free newsletter if you haven't, and we will see you next time. Thanks very much, Alois.
Yep. Thanks, Jeff. And have a great day, PingSkills.
Indeed. See you, everyone.